armor. It shoots out phlogiston, so it can pretty much attack. My dad told me about them once. Creatures that live in the volcano. I can't believe this piece of armor might produce even higher temperatures than the seeing eyes. We'll get those mushrooms super hot this time. Oh, well, even though I don't like fighting, sometimes you don't have a choice. So, I've tried to figure out a bunch of different ways to get myself in the zone. For example, Viatenna's most iconic feature was her mask. So, I decided to make one just like hers. So now, at the same time though.
Oh, you really think so?
Really? I feel like, but the longer I put off
Yeah!
Oh.
Besides!
And after that pep talk, I feel like my appetite. Come on, let's head.
Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them. Cause them no harm. I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties. Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm.
We're almost done with the preparations on our side, too.
I've managed to get these iron chunks red hot. We should be good to go.
Yeah, and since we need really high temperatures, I brought the best.
And I got a bunch of buckets of lava on standby if we need more fuel.
Yeah, but the things we brought aren't.
Well, that mushroom started it, right, everyone? Disrespecting Varessa and our guest of honor.
Yeah, we'll see what sort of excuses it can. Thanks for the help, everyone. It really means a.
All right, let's see what we have here. Huh? The armor of a furnace shell mountain weasel? Don't tell me you went into the volcano.
No, it erupted out of nowhere, and then the weasel appeared, and then, well, anyway, we got this in the end.
Either way, this is something special. Back when I was training to be a chef, I studied the effect of temperature on different ingredients. This kind of armor produces intense localized heat. It's great for fish because you can get a nice sear on one side without overcooking the other. Anyway, let's get started. The mushrooms are all ready to go.
All right, let's go.
Whoa, the fragrance is so much more intense. And what's with this weird mist? Wait, no, something's not right. Where are we? Where did everyone go?
I have no idea. We just showed up here. I can't see the others anymore.
Huh? Is something wrong?
That's a cuddle. Chief, we don't know where we are.
What? I know it's hard to see through this mist, but aren't you here at the tribe with the rest of us? No.
Because you are the only worthy devotees, of course.
Evil jerk of a mushroom, so
He does look a bit more evil than the other mushrooms. I am no longer concerned with your insolence. On the contrary, I am satisfied with your Of course, I have a goal of my own. Let me reiterate once more. The great sage lord of fungi, that would be me, is extending you the honor of becoming my subjects.
the only way anyone's serving you is on a platter.
Now, don't be hasty. It's inadvisable to speak in absolutes. You refuse only because you have yet to witness my miracles. Cherish this opportunity. It may not come again. As you know, Tivat is not a peaceful place. The gods wage war against one another. Monsters roam the land. Humans live in squalor. But then, humanity discovered me.
and learned that I could grant them unlimited power to fell even the most fearsome of enemies.
Huh. If we want to become strong, we just have to eat this.
Woohoo! Those monsters are no match for me!
And so, the humans worshipped me as their savior. And in return, I revealed my identity as the Sage Lord of Fungi.
You really expect us to believe that? Besides, as far as enemies go, a few puny fungi aren't that fearsome.
Such arrogance! Take that back and apologize before I lose my temper.
I mean, those monsters really don't look that scary. Not the kind you'd need a miracle to defeat, anyway.
You insignificant mortals boast of strength?
Settle down!
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud.
Light it up! Light up the blazing sun! Headbutt!
Hero incoming!
Well fought! You see? You ate a fair amount of my clones, and now look what you can do. Huh. My eye for subjects is as discerning.
Huh. Weren't we insignificant?
I'll admit, you're not entirely useless, but my miracles are even greater than you can imagine.
No, don't just... another cryptic one-liner and another disappearing act? It's gotta be a mushroom thing at this point. Well, what should we do? Follow him?
Yeah, let's go. I think he's trying to tell us a story, although I'm not sure if I like the plot.
Let's ride! Rev the engine! I soon became humanity's faith, and, with my power, created countless clones, with which I could bestow upon them an endless source of sustenance. Well, food is a scarce resource. A faith that provides for the needs of the flesh is the most... And as my subjects gave themselves in service, either as civilians or warriors, I rewarded them with mushrooms in proportion to their contribution. The most exceptional among them could receive as many as 20 mushrooms a day. What are you insinuating?
Well, it's possible people couldn't afford to be picky back then.
Yeah, but now, even so...
Sustenance and strength. Such are the pillars of faith. So what do you think? A pretty enticing offer, wouldn't you agree? Once you become my subjects, all you have to do is build a civilization What do you mean?
Right. If the humans dedicated themselves in service to you, then shouldn't you have your own tribe at this point? Or even your own nation? But I've read a lot of woven scrolls about the heroes of Natlan, and I've never come across anything about some kind of mushroom savior.
Of course not. I was in a different nation at the time. I don't suppose you know their history, too.
Yeah, and we didn't hear anything about a mushroom civilization.
I never said it was Sumeru. I have no idea where that assumption is coming from. A trivial detail. You know what? You don't deserve to know what happened next.
Yeah, if you want us to respect you...
True. If we don't know how the story ends, it doesn't hold much weight now.
All right, fine. Same rules as before. If you fail to prove your worth, good luck getting...
he ran...
Oh.
He jumped down from here! So it looks like we just need... Is something wrong, Traveler? Off?
That's how I feel too. Based on his personality, if he won't tell us how things turned out in the end... Besides, how did he even get from Sumeru to Natlan? And through it all, he still hasn't given up on recruiting us. Even though...
Yeah. He seemed pretty annoyed with our questions. Why not just kick us to the curb?
But why?
Alright, sounds like a
Catch me if you can! If you can figure out which way to go, of course.
Absolutely insufferable. Come on, let's find him.
Leave this to me. I'll clear a path for you. I think we can get these mushrooms to form a path. We just need to wait for the right timing.
Get a load of this!
Watch out, Marissa!
Don't worry about me. I've got this. Get back on track. Hurry up, Marissa. Gotta steer clear of other people.
A dead end?
Jump up. Let it give us a ride. All right, this should be good. Get ready and jump!
Backed into a corner, huh?
We've got you this time!
Ow! Well, that hurt, you know. You humans have such...
Not again. Although, I think I pulled something off of him.
A ball of mist. Oh no, it's spreading! Ah! They're gonna eat us!
Gonna eat us! Eat us! Ungrateful humans! At this rate, I won't have any clones left. The more my clones are consumed, the less power I have. Why must the humans eat so much? My power is all but spent, but it was still enough to control a single human at least. Now all of Sumeru knows how scrumptious my mushrooms are. So if I want to grow, I must relocate. And if I want it to happen fast, I need suitable environmental conditions. You! Take me somewhere hot!
Yes, my lord.
Is this the place, human?
Yes. This is a volcano in a land far to the west. The temperatures here get very high. It should be a most suitable location for your lordship to regain his strength. I shall now find a good place to plant you, my lord, so that your mycelial majesty may take root in this...
Yes. Huh? An earthquake? No, a volcanic eruption!
So that's how it ended. No wonder wonder you tried.
I thought he said people formed communities around this mushroom and used it as their main source of food.
Yeah, but it looks like his following got too big and he...
He used the mushrooms as his main recruitment tactic. But then the situation got out of control.
Which means...
Wow.
Nope. Which explains why there aren't any In the end, he mind-controlled a human to bring him to Natlan and then got buried under a pile of volcanic...
Yeah. When we were talking to him earlier, he seemed kind of,
Well, he has been... But clearing out this area for your orchard finally allowed him to start regaining his power.
Yeah, that sounds right. Wait, but if everything we saw is true, that means this mushroom has mind control powers or something?
Hold on. Do you remember what he showed us? A group of humans worshipping a giant mushroom. It just doesn't make sense. But when he started running out of power...
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's why he doesn't seem to be able to control us either.
Oh? Why?
All right. Then let...
Oh, the environment changed again. Nothing to phase Paimon at this point.
Let's keep looking. He can't hide forever.
Wait again.
Why me?
Into the wind.
Shower me with praise.
Burn it down!
Headbutt.
Charge!
So you made it this far. Impressive. In that case...
He hid himself in the statue. What should we do? Actually, that checks out. We're just gonna smash it, right? Cool.
The wind knows it.
The show begins! Light it up!
Bow your head. The time is beckoning.
One with nature.
Rise with the sun! Rise from the sky! By my spark, the night burns!
We've got you this time, nasty mushroom.
We thought you were just a mushroom that happened to taste good. But now...
It would seem you're not completely devoid of intelligence. Fitting for my future. Did you think I was running away because I was scared? Well, this is a world of my schemes have been exposed, you say. No matter. My goal has...
What?
Although I prefer to call myself the Sage Lord of... You now behold the god Bifrons, the sole protagonist in this endless carnage! Indeed, foolish, shallow, and ungrateful humans! Have you forgotten your savior during this time of war? I am the god who's protecting countless of your kind during this Archon war. You have no food in which to satiate your hunger, no means with which to counter the just one word, and you could have had my protection. But now, that opportunity is lost forever. No matter, my plan what you saw when you cooked the mushrooms was not mist, but spores, set to sprout into... And that's where their true power lies. Because, given a bit of time to grow, green mushrooms will multiply exponentially. You see, considering my current level of power, I had no way to create large number of clones. Unless, of course, I had access to a source of extreme heat. And you delivered one to me on a
So, you kept running away from us because...
Precisely. Before long, the green mushrooms will multiply then I shall reclaim my dignity and status as a god. Achieve victory in the Archon War.
You have no concept of time, do you?
Nonsense! Is that not all I hear in this land is war this and war that? If you fear the Archon War, all the more reason to cower behind the protection.
Pretty sure they're talking about the war against the Abyss.
Huh?
The Archon War? I guess I've heard.
Ha! I see what's going on here. You're using You know, my original plan was to imprison you here until the end of time. But now, once nothing is left of this land but an endless field of mushrooms, I'll set you free. You get now. I was going to offer you a glimmer of hope by allowing, but now the deal is off. What did you say?
The Traveler explained everything. The only reason I could hear you is because I've eaten so many mushrooms over the years.
Yeah, and Paimon ate a whole bunch during the competition. Paimon's small, so it didn't take as many mushrooms for her to be effective. Point being, most people would have to eat a monstrous amount of mushrooms to even hear you over the buzz of a mosquito. So you lashed onto us as a group of people who could actually hear your voice. In other words...
You said your mushrooms need time to grow, which means you don't have enough power to keep us here.
I may not have my former strength, but keeping a few humans right where I want them is a small task. Unless you think you can take on a creature as vicious and powerful as the Jade Plume Terrashroom. Because you definitely can't.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, if he was telling the truth, we need to get back to the tribe as soon as possible.
Oh, no! You must be bluffing! A few measly humans couldn't possibly be that powerful. And what's this about a war?
Paimon's not gonna waste one more word on this guy. Let's go!
What should we do?
Worried? Ha ha ha! Don't be! It's just a few mushrooms! Unholy! Get ready to feast!
Ooh.
More, please! Guess it's time to dig in!
Stop this at once! Huh?
What a great meal.
And with that, we took care of... now, care to tell me what happened earlier? Someone planted a god in Varessa's orchard, and she's been eating it ever since.
Yeah, we know not every god that's still around is super strong, but this one reached a whole new low.
Also, didn't he have his facts all wrong? He kept going.
Ah, well, Natlan was never part of the Archon War, so it rarely comes up around these parts. It makes sense that you don't know much about it, Veressa.
Whoa. Hold on. Are you serious?
Of course. The infighting between the dragons pretty much took over everything. So, there was no room for the gods to join.
Yep, that checks out. Living under a rock all those years, Mushroom God wakes up, thinking it's still the Archon War, and tries to use that to convince people to worship him.
Little did he know, our lives are much better now than in the Age of the Dragon.
So what do we do now?
I guess it's back to business as usual. Actually, Alright, here's good. So, your encouragement, and maybe this sounds weird. Oh, why's that? I never thought but it's like you said. Oh, if I start to doubt myself in the future.
Hey, you two! Akata was saying that since a scholar from Sumeru warned the tribe about the mushrooms, someone there must know about the Mushroom God. Should we go check it out? Couldn't hurt to get more information.
Oh, good point. But if we're heading to the academia, I need to get permission from Uncle Akatl first.
Right. And it's not a quick trip. We have to cross the whole desert.
Good idea. Let's...
Oh, Catherine's back! And isn't that...
Word from the Speaker's Chamber was that an Emerta scholar happened to be conducting research in the area. So they helped me to get in touch.
Yep, you're an expert, so you must know all about him, right?
Yeah, the mushrooms started popping up in our orchard not too long ago. Of course. You're welcome anytime. That's a huge I wanted to ask, though. You said what remains of his clones? Does that...
Zamaran?
You know...
Yeah, Paimon calls it Sheesh Room. It's absolutely huge! Way more impressive than the puny Sage Lord. We should go see Zamaran.
Ooh, I'll come. It'll be nice to interact with a friendly mushroom. I would never. Ad Astra.
Thank you for engines! Let's go get ourselves...
Direct assault!
Burn it down! Many insects have a compulsion to follow the light, and humans are the same. Except we call that light hope. Full throttle! Rev the engine! Hey, not a bad haul. vengeance!
A chest full of valuables. And a trove of potential clues.
Try it!